Jennifer Aniston's life didn't begin in front of flashing cameras, even though she was born into Hollywood. She came into the world on February 11th, 1969, in Sherman Oaks, California, the daughter of actor John Aniston and actress Nancy Dow. From the outside, it looked like a dream setup. Famous parents, industry access, opportunity everywhere. But her early years were emotionally complex. Her parents divorced when she was 9, and the separation left a lasting mark on her sense of security and belonging. She spent much of her childhood feeling caught between two very different parents and learning to rely on herself emotionally. That quiet independence would later become one of her defining traits. Before we go any further, I want to know something from you. What is your favorite Jennifer Aniston movie? Was it a romantic one? A comedy? Or something deeper? Tell me in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. She grew up in a home that emphasized discipline, health, and self-control. Junk food wasn't too common. Sugar was limited, and appearance and behavior were closely monitored. While other kids enjoyed carefree childhoods, Jennifer learned early about responsibility, self-awareness, and emotional restraint. It wasn't always easy, but it shaped her into someone observant, sensitive, and tactful qualities that later showed up in her performances. As a teenager, she knew she wanted to act, not because of fame, but because she loved storytelling and human emotion. She moved to New York and enrolled at the Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts, where she studied drama and found her creative voice. After graduation, reality hit hard. For years, she struggled like any unknown actor, auditioning endlessly, being rejected constantly, and working exhausting side jobs just to survive. She waited tables, worked as a telemarketer, and delivered bikes while chasing auditions that rarely led anywhere. She appeared in a few failed TV shows and low-budget films, including a horror movie she later laughed about, and at times she genuinely thought about quitting. Then, in 1994, one audition changed everything. She was cast as Rachel Green on a new sitcom called Friends. No one could have predicted what would follow. The show became a global phenomenon almost instantly, and Jennifer became one of the most recognizable faces on Earth. But what made Rachel special wasn't just her humor, it was her humanity. Rachel felt real. She was flawed, emotional, funny, insecure, ambitious, romantic, and vulnerable all at once. Jennifer poured her own emotional sensitivity into the character, and audiences felt it. Over 10 years, Friends didn't just make her famous, it made her part of millions of people's daily lives. She won awards, earned massive salaries, and became a cultural icon. But she also became someone the world felt they personally knew. While filming Friends, Jennifer carefully built a film career. She didn't rush into blockbuster stardom. She chose roles that allowed her to explore different sides of herself, lighthearted romantic leads, broken women in emotional pain, sarcastic outsiders, warm-hearted mothers, even darker and more cynical characters. Some films were huge hits. Some were quiet, critical successes, and some failed. But she kept working, kept learning, and kept evolving. Over time, she became one of the most bankable and respected actresses in Hollywood, known not just for beauty or charm, but for emotional authenticity. At the same time, her personal life was becoming public property in a way few people could emotionally survive. Her marriage to Brad Pitt in 2000 turned her into half of the most famous couple in the world. Their divorce in 2005 wasn't just a breakup, it was global entertainment. Every detail was dissected, every emotion speculated on, every move judged. Jennifer carried the heartbreak quietly while the world turned it into spectacle. Later, she found love again and married Justin Theroux. But even that relationship lived under constant public pressure before ending peacefully. Behind the headlines, Jennifer was dealing with things no one could see: loneliness, loss, disappointment, and the quiet grief of fertility struggles she kept private for years, while tabloids painted cruel stories about her choices. When she finally spoke about it, Many people realized how unfairly she had been judged and how much strength it took to carry that weight silently. As she grew older, Jennifer didn't fade. She deepened. She returned to television with the morning show, taking on a serious, complex role and stepping into power, not just as an actress but as a producer and creative voice. The show proved that she wasn't just a sitcom star. She was an artist with something to say. She built businesses, launched her own brand, invested wisely, supported charities, and became financially independent in a way few women of her generation had managed. But more importantly, she built a life centered on peace, health, friendship, therapy, and emotional honesty. She chose calm over chaos, depth over drama, and self-respect over approval. Today, Jennifer Aniston is not just famous, she is respected. She is admired not because she is perfect, but because she is real. Because she endured public heartbreak with grace. Because she grew instead of hardened. Because she kept her kindness in a world that rewards cruelty. Her story is not just the story of a star. It is the story of a woman who learned to survive attention, survive heartbreak, survive expectation, and still remain warm, open, and human. That's why she still matters. That's why people still care. And that's why Jennifer Aniston's life, when you really look at it, is not a celebrity story. It's a very human one.